Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
Okay, people, this could go down as the most explosive scandal in the history of daytime television.
Democrats in the media are now unloading all their nasty attacks on rising Trump White House star and new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt.
And now, The View is facing absolute chaos as Karoline just flipped the script, turning their smear campaign into an $800 million legal nightmare. But here's the kicker. The View's hosts are now desperately begging her to drop the lawsuit. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin, the very same women who mocked and ridiculed her, are now scrambling behind the scenes, pleading for her to back down before the entire show implodes. So, what exactly did The View say that has put them in this mess? What was Karoline's brutal response that sent their legal team into crisis mode? And the ultimate question, could ABC actually shut down The View just to contain the damage? Stick around because we're breaking it all down. But before we dive in, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest bombshells in this ongoing drama. Did you subscribe? Cool. Now, let's start it.
Listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. We have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
Once again, The View decided to take aim at Karoline Leavitt, using the same old playbook of mockery, belittling, and slinging baseless accusations. And leading the charge this time, none other than Joy Behar.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. That's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Not to be outdone, Whoopi Goldberg took it even further, doubling down and claiming that without wokeness, Karoline wouldn't even have a career.
Yeah. I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason. Because black people couldn't get into colleges. Because women could not get into the colleges they wanted to go to. This is all women. Yeah. See, this is not black, Asian women. This is all women. Women were not invited to this party. It was a man's world, and we busted our asses to make sure that this was a person's world.
This commentator said, Whoopi is mansplaining the press secretary job to Karoline Leavitt. Hilarious.
And then we had Sunny Hostin, who took it a step further, implying that Karoline's rise was proof of privilege. The backlash, immediate and overwhelming. Fans were furious, calling out The View's blatant hypocrisy. One viral comment nailed it. The View claims to support women, unless, of course, they're conservative. Then all bets are off. But here's where things take a wild turn. Karoline didn't just sit back and let it slide. She fired back, lawyered up, and went straight for The View's jugular.
Do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
Karoline Leavitt just dropped a massive $800 million lawsuit against The View, accusing them of defamation, slander, and deliberate attempts to destroy her career. And make no mistake, this isn't just a lawsuit, this is a full-scale war. Legal insiders say The View's legal team is in full-on panic mode because this case isn't just about Karoline. It's about exposing the way the mainstream media manipulates, smears, and silences conservative voices. And this lawsuit, it could be the one that finally takes them down for good. And here's where things get even worse for them. ABC is absolutely livid. According to reports, top executives at the network are scrambling to contain the damage, terrified that this lawsuit could lead to major sponsors pulling their ads. But let's be real, the damage is already done.
Bang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage, detail.
This is where things get downright humiliating for The View. Behind the scenes, reports suggest that the show's hosts are frantically trying to negotiate a private settlement with Karoline. Yeah, let that sink in. Joy Behar, the very woman who laughed at Karoline on live TV, is now doing everything she can to protect herself. And Whoopi Goldberg, insiders claim she's even reached out through mutual connections, hoping for a one-on-one conversation to smooth things over. As for Sunny Hostin, well, her camp is apparently in full panic mode, with legal experts warning she could end up personally liable for millions in damages. Oh, how the tables have turned. The once smug and untouchable hosts of The View are now desperately trying to make this go away. But here's the catch. Karoline isn't giving in. She understands that this lawsuit isn't just about her. It's about holding the mainstream media accountable for years of lies, personal attacks, and reckless smears. And her supporters, they love it. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Karoline Leavitt is doing what so many wish they could, making The View face the consequences of their lies. But hold on, it gets even worse for them.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
At this point, ABC is in full-blown crisis mode. Network executives are reportedly panicking over just how damaging this lawsuit could become. Sources close to the situation say major advertisers are starting to feel uneasy, with some even considering pulling their sponsorships from the show altogether. And let's be real, The View has been walking a fine line for a long time. Between Whoopi Goldberg's multiple suspensions, Joy Behar's endless controversies, and the show's sinking credibility, it's no secret that ABC has been debating whether to pull the plug for years. And this could be the final straw. Because think about it, if The View's own hosts are now pleading behind closed doors for this lawsuit to go away, that tells you everything you need to know. The show is falling apart, the network is in turmoil, and Karoline Leavitt, she's winning. All right, folks, now it's your turn. Do you think Karoline is right to keep pushing forward with this lawsuit? Should The View be held responsible for their reckless attacks? And most importantly, is this the moment that finally brings the show crashing down? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more breaking updates.